Hey there guys, this is Jaydee Shock. I'm going to be showing you guys Deskbots today. They're a very interesting deck. They are a lot cheaper deck, mainly based around a lot of like cheaper cards. It's an easy deck to build. While also it plays a Swarms playstyle along with more of a Synchro playstyle or Exes if you wish to go into it. This is pre-crossover soul, so there is not Deskbot 4 in here yet, but we do have up to 3. First things first is 2 Deskbot 1. He is your main win condition for the deck. Essentially, he gains 500 attack points for a machine monster on the field, and if 2 more machine monsters special at the same time, he brings himself back. With that being said, he's a level 1 tuner. A full field of machine monsters can make him about like 3k, which is actually a lot easier to do than what you expect. Next, Deskbot 2, the other part of the OTK. Deskbot 2, when he's special summoned, I get to add any Deskbot monster from deck to hand, and then all machine monsters gain 500 attack points except for him, which kind of sucks. He's level 2, you can sync with 1 for 3s, but I don't recommend it. Next, 3 Deskbot 3s. He is kind of more the heart of the deck than what Deskbot 1 is, because he does the more like busted things. Upon normal summon, he special summons a Deskbot monster from deck, which you usually go for 2, 1 if you need to. And then once per turn during either player's turn, even during damage calc, you can target a Deskbot monster you control, and it gains 500 attack points for every Deskbot monster you control. Easily pumping damage. Deskbot 3 with a Deskbot 2 will easily boost himself up to 2,000, and it can be a first turn get over certain things. If you go into a Deskbot 1, main phase 2 or such, you can go into a level 4 synchro, get into better options. Also, I don't recommend synchroing for lower levels. After the Deskbot engine, then we go into like the Gear Gears. Augur. You mainly just use triple Augur for double accelerator. It gives you a Gear Giant X, which then you can use to search Ancient Gearbox, because fortunately all your Deskbot monsters have 500 attack or defense, so they're all searchable by Gearbox. It essentially gives you an extra +1. I mainly just use the Gearbox as discard fodder for other cards such as Machine of Fortress, and Redox late game. Other than that, Gearbox really doesn't do much for your deck other than searching out your Deskbots while giving you hand advantage. Then of course, since we're running Fortress, Gear Frame, just search out Fortress, make the process go by a little bit easier. You don't always have to go for the OTK right off the bat. You can always just kind of like toy around with this whole engine and just kind of like drop Exes while also kind of just like stalling and searching out while you play. After all the main monsters, the only 2 tech monsters that I am running are Card Ds. They help kind of handle the consistency issues with Deskbots and Gear. I would run Armors, but I feel as if Armor is a one-trick pony. Card D, the main thing is that you kind of need to search out your spells and traps because they're all very essential for the OTK play as well. But you have no way to do that, so Card D is just the easy way to draw into it first turn. Also searchable by Gear Giant, so that's another option. After that, we go into the spell and trap card lineup. First things first, 3 double summons. It helps make the OTK, and it helps make the OTK very well. Essentially, you normal summon 3. 3's effect activates, special summoning 2. 2's effect activates, then you add a 3 to hand. You activate double summon, go Deskbot 3, and 3's effect into 1. Off of a 2-card combo between double summon and Deskbot 3, you now have a 3,000 attack power monster, 2 1,000 attack power monsters that can pump up by 2,000, and a 500. That gives you 3,000 beaters really easily. Also, if you need to, you can synchro into 6s, 7s, you have like a huge access of what you can do with Synchro and Main Phase 2 because Deskbot 1's a tuner. If the opponent were to survive, if not, I would usually just keep this field. It's nice. You can pump up during the opponent's turn. It's tricky. Following that, after the other win condition spell card, Machine Dupe. It's very standard in most machine decks that run any type of weak machine. And Deskbot 3 has 500 attack. Deskbot 2 has 500 attack. And when you can machine dupe either of them and drop out 2 more copies, and if it's late game, bring back your Deskbot 1. It really changes like the mood of the duel to go from like a Deskbot 3 and then just machine dupe and then have a full field of monsters, and they're all like 25 3k each. The deck really overall just plays off the surprise factor because the opponent usually has a hard time blocking all that. Rest of spell card lineup, triple MST because skill drain kills this deck. Raigeki for Raigeki related reasons. Snatch Steal. Snatch Steal's just become a staple. I don't really need to explain that one. And that's it for spells. And then finally we have the traps, which the trap lineup is probably like the most like staple trap lineup you will ever see in a machine deck. Triple Call the Haunted, mainly Fortress Abuse. Constantly bring back Fortress. Fortress dies, you get a +1. Well, not a +1, you get a negative out because he destroys them also when destroyed by battle. Also, Call the Haunted to bring back a 2. 2 can add 3 to hand and help you like speed up your OTK play. There's a lot of things you do Call the Haunted that actually really help the deck and give you that give you a lot of speed. Up next, 2 Breakthrough Skill. I was originally running 3, but I've come to find out that 3 was not as good as I really liked. So I limited it down to 2. 2 still gets the job done as much as you need it. You can kind of just use them whenever. The only thing I would recommend and give advice is that save these for Windows, Shaddolls, because that is the main thing that shuts down this deck. Other staples include 2 Vanity's Emptiness. I shouldn't really have to explain that. Compulse, Bottomless, also shouldn't need to explain those. And the other techs I run are 2 Magic Cylinders. I get a lot of weird hate for this card. And I try to explain to people all the time, up and down, why I run this, and people will just say that battle traps are bad. The main reason why I run it is that the OTK play, you're hitting with 9,000. If the opponent has 2 monsters on the field that like make it lower than that, then you have now just tried to do your OTK play and not succeeded. Magic Cylinder, early game, is just to hit the opponent down for about 1,000 damage, 2,000 damage, just to get them to ensure that you have your OTK play. That's the only reason why I run it. On top of that, it's really funny to make a win with this late game when the opponent's attacking with a Trish and you're just like, nope. That's it for the main deck. It's lovely. Now we're gonna go into more extra deck. You only have 2 Xyz, 2 Gear Giants. They're very crucial to the deck. Gear Giant searches out everything, and if it doesn't search out everything, it searches out something that can search out something else. He really just helps the deck. He's a really good first turn play, helps get your Deskbot 3, and now you have 1/2 of your OTK already in hand. Level 4 Synchro, Balmung. He's just personal tech of mine. I like him over Armor Arm any day because when he's destroyed by a card effect, which is what we deal with all the time, he just brings something back. Why not? You're running an Earth deck, Earth Machines. So Naturia Beast and Allied Justice Catastor are my 2 level 5s. I was running Armades over Allied Justice Catastor, but I came to a lot of moments where I realized that Catastor helped me a lot more than what Armades did, surprisingly, believe it or not. Going into my level 6 synchros, Barkion, Goyo, and Orient Dragon. He's just good. I like him. A lot of people are running Vulcan over him instead, but being able to just banish a target is always really nice late game. Level 7 targets, Katakuri Shoguns, Black Rose, and Dark Strike Fighter. Katakuri Shogun because they manipulate battle position and they're amazing. Black Rose for staple reasons, and Dark Strike Fighter more for staple reasons. Mainly, when you do your OTK play, main phase 2 you can go into Dark Strike Fighter. Even though you can't use this effect until your next main phase 1, it still puts the opponent in pressure because they have 1 turn to kill this card. And you'd be amazed how many people mess up within that 1 turn. Level 8, Stardust. I really would like to replace that with Stardust Spark. Oh well. We can drop Leo, surprisingly, and Star Eater, so they are both in here as well. Just extra win conditions. After you've gone through your OTK plays, you can kind of just start gimmicking around with reviving two machine monsters and like essentially using Deskbot 1's revival. Little side note though, I was originally not running Stardust Dragon in here. It was replaced with the Draco Sack. If you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. Draco Sack, not only is it a amazing level rank 7, you usually use it with Redox and Machine Fortress, but the 2 tokens it summons are machines. So you can just bring back a Deskbot 1, and now you have a Draco Sack, 2 tokens, and a 2500 attack, and a 2000 attack point, no, he'll come out 2500 attack point tuner. Which is funny because since he's a tuner, you can just synchro with the tokens and just go into like Katakuri Shogun and just manipulate there for more. This is what I have so far. I hope that you guys like it. I'm always open for critiques if you guys feel as if anything else. Feel free to comment below. Subscribe, please. It'd be delightful. We work hard on this. But other than that, I'm Jaydee Shock, and this is Deskbots for March 2015. Have a great day.
If you like the content that you just saw, you can click over here on all these other links and check out the rest of our channel.
And if you liked our stuff, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and tell us what you thought in the comments below.